guys, how you doing? I know we always see me driving here and there, chasing parts, getting cars and stuff like that. But comes a time we have to take care of the vehicle that you're towing with, the vehicle that you're chasing parts with. Mine just happens to be a 2020 Ram. I had the 2019 Longhorn Laramie, but I had some electrical problems with the truck. They couldn't figure out, they being a dealer, so they bought the truck back for me, and I ended up with this 2020. This one is not the 1500. This is the 3.6 with that ecoboost or whatever they call it, electric motor thing in the middle. And I towed back that 86 step side. That was in Callens, Virginia. Towed that back to Delaware, up through mountains and everything. And the vehicle, I had the AC on, and this thing pulled fine. I hear a lot of people complaining about it. I've seen some YouTube videos they did on this 3.6. And it's not the Hemi, but you just got to keep the RPMs up where it makes power, and it pulled just fine. So I've got 68,000 miles on this, 6,988 miles on this, and this is my third month with the truck. According to the dashboard, I got 29% life left on the oil, but the whole way they configure that is about 500 miles. 500 hours on the oil, but I can get into that on another video. But long story short, I'm changing the oil. I'm taking that conventional stuff that comes with the vehicle, the conventional oil out, and I'm putting AMSOIL in because I'm an AMSOIL dealer. So I'm going with the 020 is what they recommended for this truck. 5 quarts. I didn't bore you with changing the oil. I did that already. Underneath is a 13 millimeter bolt, but there is 2 bolts sticking out of the frame, and if you just take the drain plug out, the oil is going to hit those 2 bolts on the frame. You guys with these trucks, you're going to find out if you choose to do your own oil change. If you just let the oil drain out the engine, it's going to hit that and splatter and make a mess. So what I did was I unbolted the bolt and just kept my hand on it, and I fed it out. If it was coming out too much, I just stuck the plug back in until it got to a point where it didn't have all that pressure. I guess half of the oil was drained out of it, and I was able to take the plug away. Went up underneath there with some carburetor cleaner and a rag, wiped the chassis off because this thing's brand new. It was all clean underneath. I wanted to keep it like that. So again, I did not bore you with that. Got a drain pan there. This truck's up high enough you can climb up underneath there, but I jacked it up anyway because I got some running boards on there. A little low. I'm older, and the middle section's getting bigger. So the next part was, where's the oil filter? Because it's not exactly where they are on the older, the earlier V6s, off to the right on the side on the top. This is in the center of the engine. In the center of the engine, it's the same 15/16 bolt. Again, guys, if you're familiar with it, it comes off like this, but it's in the center of the engine. I think I'll pick the camera up and show you where it's at. And I got the replacement filter in the O-ring, so I'm gonna do that now and change the filter in the O-ring. Then I'll pour the AMSOIL 020 in there, full synthetic, and that should be good to go. So stay tuned. Alright guys, the part number for the filter, the AMSOIL filter, EA15K19. EA5K19 comes with a filter and the O-ring. I'm actually going to pick the camera up and show you where this filter goes. It's on the top of the engine. This is the 15/16 nut. So I'm just going to wiggle out the O-ring and replace that. Wipe this down and change the filter. Put it back in and top it off with the oil, and that should be good to go. just so you know, for those who didn't, it's in there. You just have to separate it, pull it apart. I'm off camera because that's where all my stuff is. My work table over here. So what I like to do when I'm all out of carb cleaner, I like to clean all this stuff out. Again, this is a brand new truck. It's got 6,000 miles on it, almost 7,000 miles. But I'm just gonna wipe the inside of it out. How you doing? I'm gonna wipe the inside of it out and wipe around it. And I'll put the filter on and install it back and wrap this up. The O-ring that the AMSOIL will give you with the filter. AMSOIL use Wix filters or they use the AMSOIL filter, so it's just a matter of preference, what you like. I use the Wix in the cars that I race down the track, and in street vehicles I'll use the AMSOIL filters. They recommend that you get the drain interval, the best performance out of the drain interval if you go with the AMSOIL or Wix, and that's why AMSOIL sells Wix. Again, the filter comes in the bag from AMSOIL. Take it out the bag. Make sure this tip with an O-ring, it can only go one way. But you want to make sure that seat that back in. You heard the snap, it spins. Let me lift the camera up and I'm going to show you where the filter came out of. So on the 2020 Ram, I don't know if I can show it to you. Filter straight down. Can you see? Can you see? Where's my blue glove? Okay. The filter straight down there. It's right in the middle. You can't miss it. It's right next to that. I really can't do it because I didn't feel like taking the camera off the tripod. You guys got a lazy YouTuber. Alright, so let's top this thing off. Wrap it up. Also, you're going to need extensions to get down in there. So I'm going to put it on hand tight. Thread it in hand tight because it's plastic threads. Like the filter, like the metal filter on the regular vehicles. And then I'm just going to snug it up with the ratchet. Alright, so I'm hand tight. And you see, I didn't go crazy with it. Like I said, it's plastic threads. You definitely don't want to strip the threads out. But you'll feel it tighten up and you're comfortable with it. I know you guys are going to beat me up. I should use the torque wrench and all this other stuff, but I ain't got no time for torque wrenches. Men don't use torque wrenches. So I'm going to get me a funnel and put my 5 quarts of oil in this. Check the level, start it up, make sure I got no leaks. I just want to get a hold of my dipstick before I start. Tell you, I'm used to my Hemi. This V6, the engine is almost in the passenger compartment. Let's see if I can find it. These vehicles take 5 quarts. I ordered 6 just in case you want to top it off. They should not be burning oil, they're brand new. But it's always wise to get the extra quart to top it off. And again, the Signature Series, this oil change, the oil is good for 25,000 miles. But what I'm probably going to do at 20,000 miles, I'm going to pull an oil sample, send it out for oil analysis and see what they say, and go from there. Because if everything goes as planned, they'll tell you to keep driving. They'll give you an hour count and a mileage count to pull another sample to submit, and they will tell you if the oil needs changing or not. So, gone away are the days of changing oil at 3,000 miles or changing at 5,000 miles, changing at 7,000 miles. Why change the oil if it don't need changing? You get your oil analysis, it comes back as a report, detailed. They'll tell you wear metals that's detected, you got head gasket problems, anything that's going on in that engine will be in the oil. And I hear guys saying that they want to not really go by that, they want to go by filter analysis. And what I am going to do is contact my oil analysis center and see if they do filter analysis. The guys like to send their oil filters in and have them dissected and see what actually got trapped in. And the theory behind that is because the micron count on the filters nowadays are so fine. If you have a problem, it may get caught by the filter, and the oil analysis may not see it. So everybody's got an opinion or a theory on something. So if that's what technology takes it to do a filter analysis, then we'll start doing filter analysis, cutting them out and seeing what's inside the filter. Now in this 4th quart, I'm going to take the dipstick and stick it in to see if it's registered on the stick. I like to do that. You don't have to, but that's just what I do. According to the dipstick, you could has room for that 5th quart. Like I said, I always like to double check it. You never know. And I'd rather add one in than try to take a quart out. So we'll go ahead and dump this 5th one in. I should be fine. Good to go. Check underneath. No leaks. Find the keys and start it up. Find out what to do with the keys. Oh, I'm gonna start with the doors open. Alright, that's gonna wrap up the oil change. 2020 Dodge 2020 Dodge Ram 1500 V6 with the ecoboost, which is that electric motor that's in the middle. I'm being told, at least I found out, that's coming standard in all of V6s now. That's not even an option anymore. So don't forget, if you're doing your oil change, the filter's no longer on the passenger side. It's directly in the middle. Same 15-16 on the top, same 13mm on the bottom. Take care of your vehicle take care of you. Of course, I'm going to tell you use AMSOIL because I'm an AMSOIL dealer. But change your oil, change it regularly. Keep your eye on it. I will use oil analysis. I am going to use oil analysis. I've been using it. And that's just the way to go. Alright? Take care.